EMP is something that the prepper community worries about quite a bit. And they do have a valid point. Even congressional hearings have said that the power in a significant EMP can go out for months, a year, perhaps even longer, depending on the EMP. So folks throw numbers out there like millions will die, and they are not far off. And if you want to read some of those congressional hearings and whatnot, I'm going to leave the links in the description below so you guys can go in and read it for yourself. So the idea that 90% of people will die if an EMP happen, I want to come and tell you all that just because an EMP happens, the EMP itself will kill absolutely nobody. Zero. It's the aftermath. That's where millions will die. But an EMP, if it happens, unless it affects a peacemaker that you may have, I don't know if they are EMP proof, but otherwise, zero. Okay? It's just the aftermath. So, the aftermath of an EMP, water and water treatment plants, gone. Food production, refrigeration and distribution, gone. Fuel distribution and making the fuel, gone. Hospitals and medical supplies, gone. Communication, gone. Transportation, gone. Heating and cooling, if you're dependent on electricity, gone. Banking system, payment system, gone. The ones that we have nowadays. Emergency services, gone. How many people depend on all of those things? Take away the electricity. That's the main part that EMP is going to affect. Electricity, fuel production. Without electricity, there's no water, there's no sewers, there's no refrigeration. So you see what I'm saying? If the aftermath. For the first week or so, you may not see the numbers that big. Increase those days or those numbers of weeks and whatnot becomes months, perhaps even a year, and then you're gonna see more and more casualties. But it's the aftermath of an EMP. The EMP itself, unless again that you have a peacemaker and that peacemaker is not EMP proof, then that's it. Now, if you have a peacemaker and that peacemaker gets affected by the EMP, then you're done. Then that number becomes something bigger. Does that make sense? I'm not here to like, oh my God, an EMP happened, everybody will die. A lot of people will die afterwards. Okay? So it's afterwards, not per the EMP happening. This is not a nuclear bomb or anything like that. Okay? Because a lot of folks immediately like, oh my God. Stop. Electronic devices will be affected. It's key. If they are connected to the wall, it will be affected probably 100%. If they are not connected, less chances. Faraday cages. A lot of people throw that, oh yeah, I have a Faraday cage and whatnot. The military have done experiments on it. I am not an expert. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I hear a lot of folks making Faraday cages, doing what was that thing called, garbage bags and whatnot, and grounded and whatnot. Even military experiments that have been done have been inconclusive. Some worked, some doesn't. So it is a uncharted territory. So when you hear folks saying like, oh, I got a Faraday blanket that I throw on top, and you know the best way to test this is put a radio, and if you don't get communication, that is it is working. Listen, I'm not sure, but that experiment, it's not flying too well with me. I'm just gonna say it that way. You do you do. I mean, like people say all the time, well, it's better to have something than nothing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. I'm just telling you things. And I'm going to try to leave all the links in the description so you guys can go read it if you want to. If not, It's fine. It doesn't affect me none. So one thing that you will see with EMP is the ions and the atmosphere is going to be reacting. So you're going to see a lot of auroras. Something that we see here all the time. So you may get to experience that. If you have never seen an aurora, they're beautiful. So even with something bad, you're going to find something beautiful. All right, I'm going to get to the grim part now. I said that millions will die in the aftermath. And I'm here to tell you that I am 99% sure that it will be that case if we get hit by an EMP. Whether it's a natural EMP, whether it's a man-made EMP, I'm not going into the solar. No, just in general. You take down the electric grid, you take down water, you take down food production, refrigeration, distribution, hospital, medical supplies, communications, transportation, heating and cooling, banking systems, and emergency services, and millions of people will be affected. Millions and millions of people will die. A lot of people are dependent on medication. A lot of people don't know or can't make their own electricity. It's a fact. Now, do I know whether solar panels will be affected by an EMP? Some say they do, some say they don't. I don't know. I'm here to tell you that I, Billy, the Frontier Prepper, do not know. I don't know. I hope it doesn't. If it's ground, I hope it doesn't. Would I keep it in a Faraday cage inside my prepper shed? I need to use them because I do nothing having them in a Faraday cage that it may or may not work. I need to use them right now, so I'm taking a risk. Will the Opus work? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't think nobody can say, oh, I know for a fact. Have you lived through one? If you have lived through one, put it down in the comment section below and let me know whether or not it will work. If you have lived through one, don't come to me with no bullshit. Oh, I read it in the book, because I have read too. And I'm telling you that I don't know. Sorry that I got a little excited. It grinds my gears when people make assertions based on somebody else. And you had not done the research yourself. You had not done the experimentation yourself. You had not lived it yourself. So, the fact that removing electricity will affect us all so bad is something to start seeing our plans and see how can we mitigate this. And there can be mitigations about this. The water and sewer system, you can have a cistern, and you can have holding tank. We have holding tanks. We have 1,000-gallon holding tank. I did run out of time to install one this year. I will try to purchase it this year and have it ready to install another one. But the water, drinking water, you can have a well, you can have a pond, you can have rain catchment system. You can melt snow. Horrible way to do it, but you can do it. Melt the ice. Put a plastic bag on a tree and suck the moisture. There are ways have filtration. Have filtration. You do not want to get the shits because you get a stomach bug. A lot of people die from dehydration, and dehydration, in this case, if you get a stomach pain, comes from diarrhea. A lot of people in this country don't know this shit. And I'm telling you, this will affect food production. If you grow your own food, you may be better off. You better have hand tools that you can tilt the ground with, because there will be no fuel. This is worst case scenario. Hospital and medical supplies. You better have your own medical supplies. You better have some training and medical training at the very minimum. So have some books to take care of wounds. Medical supplies, you better have antibiotics. Antibiotics is something that you should have at hand. I'm telling you all this for you to be aware that mitigations can happen. You can mitigate this. Communications. You know what? If the radios go off, their cell phone goes off, satellite goes off. Have a meeting point, communication, face to face. People don't even know how to talk to each other no more. Have face to face. Have pigeons, for crying out loud. If a pigeon is born in your house, it blocks your house. You take it. Your neighbor can take it and leave it in the cage and whatnot, depending on the pigeon, by the way. And that person will let go of that pigeon. That pigeon is going to come to your house. Have communication that way. Don't eat the pigeon. Transportation, same thing. What are your communication? Your transportation. Do you have a bicycle? That does not require any fuel. You are the fuel. You see what I'm saying? Or something else. Horses. Sled dogs. I don't know. But do you have the transportation? Heating and cooling. Cooling, passive air. Open the window in the low section of the house. Let the cold air come in. Open the highest window so air can circulate. If it doesn't affect your system, maybe you can have little fans. Maybe they have solar fans if it doesn't get affected by it. Shoot, a hand fan can be used. A wet towel in the lower part so you can get that cold air coming in. Shade. I'm giving you examples. Heating is a little bit more complicated, not because of it's complicated to heat your house. It's because it takes a little bit more. You have to cut the wood, and you have tools to cut that wood because there's no fuel, there's no chainsaw. So, and if you don't have a wood stove, what do you have? Propane will run out eventually. You see what I'm saying? So wood stove in here, I think will be key. But wood stove are expensive to purchase, expensive to install. Banking and payment systems. At the beginning, cash will work. But how many people keep cash at hand? Gold and silver is something that people advocate all the time in the prepper community. I don't know whether or not people will take gold and silver. It does have value, but I don't know whether or not they will take it. Most likely people will revert to a barter system. I do this for you, you do this for me. Emergency services is the same thing. If emergency services are done, you are now responsible for your own well-being, for your own safety. Are you prepared for that? Do you have the tools necessary to to protect yourself and your family? Do you have the tools necessary to keep feeding those tools, aka reloading? Because you can't buy no more ammunition and emergency service out. There's no more 911. You are now 911. That is why millions will die. Because of those systems, if those systems are not in place, it will be up to you to mitigate all of that. And a lot of people have not mitigated it. And a lot of people don't want to. And without those systems that people are dependent on, well, if you remove it, people imagine somebody who is accustomed to be fed all the time. If you remove the food, if you no longer fed that individual or that animal, let's put it like an animal. If you raise an animal in captivity, they don't know how to hunt. If you feed them every day, they will prosper, right? But if you take away the food, they will die because they don't know how to hunt. It is the same case in here. The EMP itself will not kill a single individual unless you have, and again, I keep saying the same thing. But if the aftermath, what comes after, will definitely kill millions of people. That being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. God bless you all, and I hope to see you in the next one.